Graph the hyperbola whose equation is given below. Then state the requested properties. So first thing I'll do is find the center, right? So as you can see, 8x minus negative 6, that's your h. So your center is negative 6, comma, y is minus 3, so minus k is 3. So this time, x is on the right-hand side, y is on the left-hand side, but on the coordinate, you write x comma y. So negative 6 and 3 is your center. What is your a? Square root of 64 is your a, which is 8. And it's under y, meaning that's how much you go up and down. Yes. Now we call the one in the front a. Whatever you go with the leading variable. So if it opens up and down, you start with y. And the number underneath it will be in that same direction. Yeah. So A is always the first one. And it doesn't really matter which one you call A and B here, because to find the foci, you add them together after you square it. So it doesn't really matter. But you have to remember it goes in the same direction of y. So that's 8. So here's your vertex. So down 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that is your other vertex, which will be negative 6, comma, 9. Negative 6, comma, negative 5. And what is transverse axis? The line that goes through the vertices and the center. So this is the transverse axis. So that is x equals to always what? Negative 6. Yes. Is it 11? So 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it should be 11. You're right. I went up only 6, right? So it should be here 11. And here 11. So how do you write transverse axis? X is always what? Negative 6. What about foci? How do you find foci on hyperbola? It is a squared plus b squared equals to f squared. So instead of finding a and squared, isn't this a squared under the first term? So what is a squared? 64. Just use the number that they give you. What is b? 6. But instead of finding b and squared it again, what is b squared? 36 equals to f squared. So I get 100 equals to f squared. So now I square root it. So 10 equals to f, the distance from center to foci. So now from the center, I go 10 up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. From the center, you go down 10. And now, once you get your first foci correctly, as you can see, it's 2 units away from the vertex. Then you know it's, again, same, 2 units from the vertex. So this is what? Negative 6, comma. If this was 11, that's 13. 2 up. And now, if it was negative 5, that would be negative 7. X are the same. Negative 7, negative 6. Now, we have to draw the asymptotes. How do we do the asymptote? You have to draw the rectangle using A and B. So here, A is 8 up. So it has to go through the vertex, right? So this is A. Now you go X direction, horizontally, 6 from the center, left and right. So from the center, you go 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. And using that width, you can draw a rectangle. So this is A, and this is B. So how much you go down and up is whatever you have under Y, up and down. Whatever you have under X is left and right. Then what do? You have to use a straight edge to connect the opposite vertices to draw diagonals. And now they're asking you to write an equation of these lines. So it's a linear function, right? A line. Do you guys remember how to write an equation of a line? It's always y equals to mx plus b. What is m? Slope. What is b? Y-intercept. Where you start with when x is 0. So if I were to write an equation of this positive slope asymptote first, I'll start from the center to this corner right here. So I'm going how much? 8 and running 6, right? 8 over 6. What's 8 over 6 for slope? 4 over 3 when you simplify it. So it's y equals to 4 over 3. And as you can notice, it will be a over b. Sometimes it's b over a if you have x first. Okay? X plus, what's the y-intercept of this line? What's the y-intercept? Right here, right? So it's 5, 10, 11. So y-intercept is 11. How do you write an equation of this negative slope? 1. Y equals to, I'm sorry, this one. This is a negative slope. So I can look at it from here to here, right? How much am I going up and down? Up or down? Down 8. Running is always to the right. 6. That's your a over b. But now it is negative. So negative 4 over 3x. And what's the y-intercept? Negative 5. So now, how do you draw your hyperbola? You start from the vertex. It gets closer and closer to the asymptote, but never touches it. So the asymptote gives you the shape of the hyperbola, how wide or narrow it opens. Make sense? Let's try the second one. Doesn't it look almost the same as the first one? So does that mean they're the same hyperbola? No. This time, we have x first, meaning it will open left and right. Right? Hyperbola will open left and right. And this time, the number under x is a, so a is square root of 36, which is 6. B is 8. So again, find the center first to graph it. Where's the center? It's x minus h, so minus 6. Y minus k, so k is 3. So negative 6 and 3 is my center. This time, I go horizontally to find the vertex. So I go 6 to the left or right. So 2, 4, 6. From here, 2, 4, 6. So then where's your transverse axis? It goes through the center and the vertices. So this is your transverse axis, which will be y equals to 3. You see how y is always equal to 3? And where are the vertices? One is 0, 3. And one is negative 12, 3. And as you can see, center and your vertices have all y's equal to 3. Now you have to find the foci. How do you find the foci? It's always a squared plus b squared equals to f squared for hyperbola. What is a squared? Just add these two numbers. Remember, this is a squared, this is b squared, so add them. 36 plus 64 is f squared, so 100 equals to f squared. Square root it to get f equals to 10. So from the center, you go right and left 10. So this was 6. Now you go 4 more. From here, you go 4 more. So that's your foci. Foci now, I have it at negative 16, comma 3. And 4, comma 3. And foci will also have all y equals to 3. Do you guys see? They're all y equals to 3. So now let's draw the rectangular box from the center based on where your vertex is. That's how wide it opens. How high and low does it go? It's going to be under the second term. What is b? 8. So now we go up 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Like that. Now draw the asymptotes. Please start bringing a straight edge. So how do you write an equation of asymptote? It's a linear function. So you write y equals mx plus b. So let's look at the positive slope first. From the vertex to this corner, how much are we going up? 8. How much are we running? 6. So 8 over 6 is 4 over 3. So y equals to 4 over 3x plus or minus. Depends on the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is at 11. What about this line right here? It's down 8, running 6. Down 8, running 6. So same slope, but now it becomes negative. They will always have a same absolute value slope. One is positive and one is negative. X plus or minus, because the y-intercept is now at what? Negative 5. So it is minus